I'm so proud of of the entirety of the show. I think, you know, even in the book, Claire is maybe, she's a little quieter this season, which I think as an actor was a little frustrating. But as a producer on the show, as someone who's been on it since day one, you know, I'm so proud of just the whole thing and of all the hard work that everybody's put into it. And, you know, I think Matt took a decision this season to sort of, you know, keep his cards very close to his chest. And so we were just finding out episodes as we were being handed them. And so it was a different season to film because normally we would sort of have an overview. And so, yeah, it was a strange way to sort of do it after sort of having done it a different way for so many years. But, you know, I don't think it's an easy job to finish off something like this. So, you know, I think he did the best he could. No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's been the most amazing thing to be a part of. And, yeah, like, to be able to have said that we've done 101 episodes, it's in, I think, 87 countries or something crazy like that. You know, it's been such a beautiful journey, and, you know, thanks to Diana, because Diana created sort of the whole thing from, you know, from out of thin air. She sort of gave us this beautiful world and gave us these incredible characters. So yeah, very grateful to have been part of it. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I think legacy is sort of decided by other people, but I think we definitely, you know, we were such a part of that early days of prestige TV. I mean, the production value on our show has always been incredible. We've definitely had a huge impact on tourism in Scotland and changed that sort of across the world. So that's quite a cool thing to have been a part of. But I think, you know, I think there's a reason why Diana's books are now like, you know, I think her first book came out in '92. It's still a beloved series all across the world. And I think that it's because of this central relationship between Jamie and Claire and the love that they have. And it's so aspirational and inspirational. And I think, you know, I think our show has amplified that. And if we can sort of be remembered as something that, you know, put some more love into the world, then that can be amazing. I mean, as an actress, I learned everything on Outlander. You know, I was a very young, maybe not in years, but in terms of my career. It was at the beginning of my career. It gave me a career. And the type of show it is, it's like, it asks so much of you. It asks for these huge emotional moments, these, you know, very action moments. It's, you know, can be quite, you know, procedural at times, all of the medical stuff. You know, I got to train, you know, it was like the most incredible training ground. And another, you know, and I learned how to be a producer on that. I learned how to direct on it. It's been the biggest gift, you know, I've ever had. So, and what has it taught me about love? I think, you know, I think it's taught me that you endure. You know, I think no matter what, you sort of fight for the love, and no matter what happens, you figure out a way to work through it. And when you found your person, you know, you hold on to them. Why did I want to? Because I'm a control freak. No, I've just always been interested in the broader scope of storytelling. And you know, I knew from being on the show, I had watched so many directors come in, and, you know, they come in with such different styles, and you see what really works or what you really respond to, and you see the stuff that maybe you don't respond to as well. And I think it was probably season 3, I first started sort of nudging them, being like, hey. It took a while for them to for me to wear them down, but it was amazing. I was, you know, mentally just so like inspired, and I was buzzing, and it felt so alive to be just using your brain and engaging with the show in such a new way. Because obviously, having been on it for so long, like, you can get comfortable. And so, yeah, I loved working with all of the crew, all of the different department heads, and my cast, because, you know, they're my friends and my co-workers, but it was so incredible to work with them in that new way as well. I don't know. I think that, you know, feminism is sort of morphed, and every generation has its own kind of translation of it, or its own engagement with it. I think, I don't know, is this me or is this Claire? I think she's probably, I think she would probably not love that, you know, we talked about it earlier today, this sort of inability for people to age gracefully, and, you know, the fact that being a woman shouldn't be about how you look all the time and trying to stay frozen in time. I think she would have some opinions on that. I mean, I think that the TV show finished at the right time. I think that we, you know, explored so much with these characters. You know, I think a lot of other shows have gone on to do films later, and I think the ones that were successful had something to say. So if a script was made that had, you know, something good to do in it, then sure, why not? I love this character, I love my co-workers. But it would have to be the right story. I think it would have to be a good script.